and welcome to the latest edition of Find My Divine. Psychic readings, life guidance, life coaching. And this is our effort to help you find the divine within yourself to create a better, happier version of you. My name is Stefan Rybak, and I'm coming to you live from New York in the United States. It is Monday, May the 9th in the year 2022. And in New York right now, it is 3:02 in the afternoon. And this is a special edition of Find My Divine because we are doing this broadcast for our friends in the United Kingdom. We have had a number of requests from people in the UK saying, hey, when you do the show at 8 o'clock in New York, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, our time. As much as we love you, Stefan, as much as we love Peter Marks and the other intuitives that you have on the show, we would prefer to be sleeping at 1 o'clock in the morning. Can you do a show around 8 o'clock in the evening UK time? And that's what we're doing. So welcome to all our friends in the United Kingdom who are watching this edition of Find My Divine. It is my great pleasure. It is my gift. It is my honor to welcome to the show Peter Marks, my friend, my associate, my business partner. Hello, Peter.
Hello, Stefan. I am so thrilled to be here today, especially because we are in, I believe, the United Kingdom, and we have a whole new audience, and it's always wonderful to be working with you.
Peter, we have a number of people who are already waiting to receive a private reading from you. Actually, it won't be so private. I mean, you'll be revealing some private information, and the information that you reveal is just astounding. But since this is the first time we're broadcasting specifically at a time that is convenient for our friends in the UK, I do want to introduce you to the people of the United Kingdom. Peter Marks has been a spiritual life coach for over 30 years. I know it's hard to believe he doesn't look anywhere close to 30, but Peter has been a spiritual life coach for over 30 years. He has done psychic readings for royalty, for Hollywood celebrities. People from all walks of life have received readings from Peter Marks. Peter provides insights on career, love life, family issues, personal issues, and Peter is known for his uncanny accuracy. And I've said this before, but I want to say it again, since this is our first broadcast specifically for the UK. Not only is Peter known for his uncanny accuracy, he is also known as being one of the most charming, handsome, and debonair people in the entire world. Isn't that amazing? Peter is a deeply spiritual man, and Peter believes that faith is a powerful force that can shape lives, shape society, and shape the world in very, very positive ways. Peter's clients adore his warm and friendly personality, his unique approach, his positive perspective. Once again, welcome to the show, Peter Marks. Hello, Peter.
Hello, Stefan. I'm very excited today. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful program.
At this point, we're going to jump right into it. As I said, we have a number of people waiting backstage. Louise has been waiting very, very patiently for about this already. Louise, welcome to Find My Divine.
Thank you.
Now, we asked you before we went live, Peter did ask you for your date of birth. Peter, what was the date of birth?
I actually jotted down November 10th of 1982. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now,
okay, Louise, November 10th, 1982. So Peter is now going to begin the reading with you, but before he does, I just want to explain one other thing. The reason that Peter asks the date of birth, because in addition to being an intuitive psychic, Peter is also an astrologer, and he has created created lucid astrological forecast on date of birth. So asking everybody time you were born, although 100% helpful, but at least the date of birth. Peter, what do we have? And lovely Louise.
Lovely Louise, the first thing your guides are asking me, you're very intuitive. Are you connecting with your intuitive ability? Do you know you're intuitive?
Sometimes I feel it.
Sometimes you feel, all right. They want you to develop your intuitive ability more so. What I'm also picking up, the guides are telling me you're a little on the shy side. They're saying to me, you're a little, and you don't really like to be out in the limelight. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what I also want to tell you this, you're very empathic. Do you know what empathic means?
No.
All right. It means you pick up everything. When you're around people, you pick up their feelings, you pick up their emotions, you pick up their problems, their issues, and you want to help everybody, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I feel people come to you for with questions. Do you find that people come to you for answers?
Yes.
All right. How are you using that, Louise?
Just my gut instinct.
All right. So are you guiding people?
Yeah.
Okay. They're also telling me, I also feel, is there a connection here to animals also? No, because they keep on saying to me, animals pick up your energy when you're around them. Do you know that?
Really?
All right. Now, have you been going through a lot of emotional changes? Because this showing me over the past 3 or 4 years, there's been a lot of changes for you. Are you looking at which direction to go in? That's what they're telling me.
I have been lately.
All right. And can you tell me, are you looking at changing anything with work? Because I pick up you have organizational ability. Do you know that?
No.
No. All right. What are you doing right now, dear? Are you working?
Yes. I have my own business.
All right. Perfect. That's where you're supposed to be. Now, what I also wanted to say to you, you have the number 10 in your birth date. And the number 10 is a high vibration. This means you don't want to work for anybody else.
No.
Yeah, this means you want to work for yourself and you're going to do quite well. Now, emotionally, are you feeling energy shifts? Are you feeling an energy change at all? Because they're telling me right now, new direction for you. Are you understanding that?
Yes.
Yes. What type of work are you doing? Can you tell me that, dear?
I'm working floristry.
Oh, you work in forestry. Okay, that's where the earth, they keep on showing me the earth with you. Now, are you in management? Because they're saying to me, they feel that you could be in management.
Yeah, it's my own business.
All right, it's your own business. All right, perfect. All right. Are you expanding it all? Because they're showing me expansion.
No, not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you and I'm going to share something with you. There's a strong connection with the family here, too, also. Do you recognize that?
Yeah.
Are you very connected with your the family you grew up with?
Mhm.
All right. If I tell you you're an old soul, do you know what that means?
Yes.
Do you feel like you're an old soul?
Yes.
All right, because you know a lot of things. You were born with great gifts. And I want to let you know you're a very old soul. Your connection to the earth is absolutely amazing because you love the Mother Earth, you connect with the Mother Earth, and you're trying to protect the earth. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
That means everything to you.
That's it.
Okay. Now, what I'm also being told is this: they're showing me things around the body and circulation. They're just saying to me, caution around drinking, what you're drinking, and the foods that you're eating. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. You've got to be very cautious with your body. It's extremely sensitive.
Peter,
Okay. Yes.
you never cease to amaze. And speaking of amazing, Inbaal has joined our podcast this evening. Inbaal.
Welcome, Inbaal.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Sorry, I'm a little bit
Inbaal
late.
is an Israeli-born British psychic and Wiccan priestess. She has been seen on television programs such as Big Brother's Little Brother, Housebusters, and Most Haunted. She has also been magazine's astrologer in the UK and has acted as guest astrologer for Elle magazine in Japan on several occasions. Inbaal has been on this program before. So thrilled to have you back. And actually, it goes beyond thrilled, Inbaal. It goes to, we're honored and blessed with your presence. And I know you've been watching backstage. Is there anything that you would like to discuss with Louise?
Actually, I think that the message that Peter gave you, Louise, about management came at the same time that he was saying about the business expanding. And I feel that that is the one message that you're going to be managing. You're going to have like franchises. You're going to have your name on other people's businesses. You'll be showing people how to do it, because I felt like you weren't sure where that was coming from. But as he was describing it, I thought that those two items were the same message. Does that sound right to you, Peter?
Yes, it does. Absolutely. Because I want to say this in a very loving way. Louise hasn't totally challenged herself yet.
Exactly. There's so much more that you can do. And because you're such a humble person, you're thinking, maybe one day, but you could do it. And I'm picking it up as if even in the next 6 months. And I know your head is saying to you, but the economy and the cost of living crisis. And do you know what? Those things are in the news all the time. Go back a year, go back 2 years, go back 70 years. Disasters are in the news all the time. They haven't stopped you before. They're not going to stop you now. And that kind of self-chatter is not really helping. You can shush that voice, because there is so much more than you can do. But I think you had an amazing reading from Peter himself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I can pin it again, we've mentioned a couple of times. First time we are broadcasting specifically to the UK. We've had people from the United Kingdom watch the show before, but this is the first time we are on in prime time in the UK. So I'm going to share something with the group that I've said on the show before, but people watching in the UK may not be familiar with this about me. I grew up in a very toxic and very turbulent household. I'm not getting all of the specifics right this moment, because I was specifically a joint with Louise. My father was a very toxic, turbulent, violent man. He was an abusive man. He was verbally abusive. He was emotionally abusive. He was mentally abusive, and he was physically abusive. And my mother was alcoholic. And when you're a young kid, it's very hard to deal with these things because you don't understand it. We're born into the world, and we're taught that go to mom and dad for everything. And I would go to mom and dad, and mom would be drunk and dad would be violent. And so I had a long time to process those feelings. And one of the feelings that I had to process were feelings of unworthiness. Maybe I wasn't worthy of being happy. Maybe I wasn't worthy of being in a happy household. And feelings of unworthiness lead to feelings of lack of self-confidence. So I'm not saying these issues pertain to you, Louise, about myself. I want to let you know, Louise, that you are a divine child of God, that God formulated you. Okay? God created you. You are a divine being. You're a divinely loved being, and you are deserving of all good things in this life. And the first place that abundance comes from is the feeling in yourself that you deserve it. That you deserve it. I hope comments and helpful. We thank you very, very much for coming onto the show tonight, Louise. Thank you for being our first
Thank you.
official guest from the UK. And hope to see you again very, very soon. We're going to welcome to the program Marie Russell, who has also been waiting backstage. Marie, hello.
Hello, good evening from Scotland.
I think she said she's from Scotland.
Yes. I love Scotland.
Yeah, you won't love it just now, it's raining.
So, Marie, what is your date of birth?
30/12/68.
All right, if I understand this correctly, 30 of 68.
Yep.
Okay. And are there specific questions that you have for us, or you would like a general reading?
I just want to know if I'm going to find happiness.
If you're going to find happiness,
Yeah.
this is a twofold question, and I'll answer this as divinely as I can. The first statement I'm going to make to you is you are the master of your own life. And if you want a divinely amazing, spiritually connected relationship, you have to feel and attract that. We all attract at the time where we are in our lives. We all attract out the relationships we want. So what I want to say for you is this. You have wonderful energy. I really pick up wonderful energy from you. I want to also ask you, have there been issues in the relationship area in the past? Is that an issue for you? Yes?
Yes.
All right. Can I ask you why you end up giving so much to everybody else?
That's just the way I am.
Okay, I want to share something with you that is very important. You're a beautiful woman. I can pick up your divine energy. Don't settle. Don't settle for somebody that does not share equal values. I feel a relationship coming in. I also want to say to you, are you a little on the strong-willed side?
No, I wouldn't say no.
All right, because I feel that you're very loving and caring, but I also feel a part of you're not going to put up with somebody else's garbage. You understand that?
No, I would say the opposite.
You would say the opposite? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This is what I want to say to you. I'm glad you said that. The guides just told me that's why you have not had a permanent relationship coming in yet. You still have lessons to learn. Are you understanding that?
I was married and was with him for 28 years. And it was an abusive relationship.
All right, but this is what your guides are telling me as we're speaking. You are growing. You're in the process of growing right now. And they're telling me you've got to get a little stronger and you have to appreciate yourself a little bit more before they send in the relationship. Can I ask, was there any abuse here?
Yeah.
All right. You have to achieve a level in your life where this is totally unacceptable. Otherwise, you're going to attract the same type of dysfunctional relationship. And that's why I brought it up to you. I do see somebody coming in. And by the way, you're very intuitive. Are you using your intuitive ability?
Yeah.
All right. I see a healer. I feel like you have the ability to heal. Do you recognize that?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to say I'm gonna transfer this to Inbaal, but you still have certain lessons to learn. But you're an amazing woman, and you deserve the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I've got to carry on exactly from where Peter was, and to say that you hide yourself. So you've got you, and then you've got a persona. And those
Mhm.
two people are barely even related. And so if you meet somebody, he thinks he's meeting the persona, but actually who you are on the inside is this sort of really loving person. And I feel like you're hiding in plain sight. And that creates kind of a dissonance, because I think at times you forget who the real you is as
Mhm.
well. And I feel that when Peter was referring to the work that you still have to do, because you're obviously so evolved and so spiritual and so accepting, you're literally like a divine being. So how come that you even need to develop more? What you need is to bridge that gap between who you actually are, who is an amazing person that should be teaching others how to do this, and between the person that you're projecting on the outside, which is an awesome girl, but doesn't have all the depth. And I feel like the lesson is over when you are able to wear your true self, like your true colors out and proud, fly the freak flag like we all are. And I'll tell you why, because I pulled out one card, because I think if you're not going to get the answer from one card, you're not going to get it from 30. And have a look at that. So this is a queen, and everything Peter described is literally here. This is a queen, and she is like, all the colors are very healing colors, exactly how he was describing, very intuitive, very empathic colors. But you look for her face, you look for her features, and you can't see her because she's putting everything, putting all her defenses up. And your defenses are in how much you're looking after other people, because you're thinking, well, if I give all of me, then maybe I won't get attacked. You saw that didn't really work out. If I take care of everyone, maybe life will be easier. And I don't want to take away from your kindness, from how much of a kind person you are, and from your psychic and spiritual talents and gifts. This is the real you. But for me, where you're falling between the two chairs is that negative self-talk, where you feel like those gifts were given to you just to protect you. They're not. Those gifts were given to you because this is who you actually are. Who you actually are might not be like the next person, might not be like the average person. You're a lot more special than that. And so the love that comes to you, it comes from everybody. Like babies come to you first. Dogs in the street come to you first, because they can sense your big heart. And that is kind of your proof that love is coming to you, and perhaps you're the one blocking it. Does that make sense, Marie? Sorry to say such harsh things right there on a Facebook Live.
I also wanted to interject something, if I may. Your guides just told me you're coming into a cycle in 3 days by Wednesday. And they just said to me, you're going to end up meeting somebody within the next 6 months. But you've got to be ready for this person, because as Inbaal is saying, I see the two sides of you. I see the facade, and I see the innate God soul within you. and you have everything. You have everything you need for a relationship, but you have to accept that and love it within yourself. So are you understanding that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
Two things that I want to contribute very, very quickly as we wrap things up with Marie. And Marie, thank you very much for joining the show tonight and for bearing your soul,
Thank you.
On this program. One thing is your value as a human being does not decrease. It does not decrease based on someone else's inability to see your worth. If someone else doesn't see your worth, your value as a human doesn't decrease. Know your worth. Know your worth. State it. Repeat positive affirmations to yourself and never accept anything less than the best for yourself. Thank you again for joining the program. It has been a pleasure having you on. Sue has been waiting very, very patiently backstage. Hello, Sue.
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
Good. I have a big favor to ask.
A favor? You're asking us a favor in front of the entire world? What's the
I'll do her
favor?
a favor.
You guys were awesome to me last week, and I did this on purpose because I wanted to share the love that you guys gave me with my best friend, Angelica.
Okay.
Would you mind talking to her?
So actually, is Angelica there?
Yeah.
Okay, put Angelica on. Let's go. Okay, so Angelica,
Hi.
actually would be helpful. It would be helpful for the purpose of picking up your vibration if Sue stepped away a little bit. She doesn't necessarily have to leave the room, but just step away for a few feet so that your vibration, Angelica, comes through. Peter, what do we have for Angelica?
I would like Angelica's date of birth, please.
2185.
2/1 of 1985.
Yeah, 2185.
February 1 of 85.
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I had that. Now, are you looking for a general reading or do you have specific questions?
No, just general, I guess.
All
I don't
right,
know. She told me about you guys and she was like, you should do it. But I guess like certain people get invited or something. And so.
Yes, it's by invitation. Yes, because if not, we would have 200 people on the podium. And unfortunately, Inbaal and I don't think we could handle 200 people. Yes. So anyway, the first thing I want to ask you, you're in a transit right now. You're in a really good transit. I hope you're using it. Now, they keep on showing me business. Are you connected with the business world?
I mean, I'm at work at the moment.
All right. What I mean this for you is they're showing me something with growing in business. They're saying business. They keep on showing me business. Now, I want to also.
I'm supposed to be getting promoted. So I'm supposed to be getting like the manager position, kind of coordinator position here.
That's exactly what I was picking up. They just said management. Okay. Now, I want to also say something to you. You're very detailed. And you like everything to be perfect.
Yeah.
Everything has to be perfect in your job and everything that you do. Mm-hmm. I am picking up also, you're a very intuitive person. I hope you're using your intuitive ability. Are you?
Yes.
All right. Do you read for people?
I do.
All right, because you're amazing with connecting with people that have the ability. You're absolutely amazing. I am feeling, and they just talked to me about property. I don't know why. Is one of your dreams around property? They keep on showing me property or home. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. I would like to buy a house with some land and stuff. And actually, me and Susie were just talking about that earlier.
All right, because I see a home and a piece of property coming in for you. I want to let you know this is going to be an amazing, amazing year for you. And stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself because you're incredibly talented. You're smart, but you're constantly doubting yourself. Why?
I don't know. I guess I've had a lot of people in my past tell me that I was going to amount to nothing and that I was going to have nothing and do nothing and stuff. So it kind of brings your hype down a little bit.
All right. Let me say this to you. Do not believe them. I'm getting this information from the divine. I also want to know, do you want to live near the water? Because they keep on showing me the water.
Yeah, I was just talking to Susie about that today, about moving to the beach.
All right. All of this is going to be coming for you. What I want you to tell you is this. You're an old soul. You came into this life to prove yourself. And I want you to show the world what you're capable of doing, because other people's opinions of you do not matter. Your opinion of yourself is what matters. Are you understanding that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely understand for sure.
Okay, so stop with the anxiety and stop double checking yourself, because you have more energy and creativity than you are aware of. And at this point, I'm going to allow my good friend Inbaal to jump in.
Right. Hi, Angelica.
Hi.
I pulled one card, and that's why I was laughing all the time when Peter was talking, because the card is the Emperor, and that is the card of the boss. So when he said about your promotion, that was there, and about land ownership, so that's there. And also, it is a spiritual card. If you see, it's got the lamb, it's got sort of some very subtle Christian symbolism there. And all of that is just from the colors and everything, a real powerful card, and one that sort of shows you bursting forth. And you were saying about the chatter in your ear throughout your childhood from idiots. You didn't say idiots, but but I can fill that in for you. So that chatter is there. Beep, 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 beep. And eventually it just shows you breaking through it in one fell swoop and thinking, no, none of it ever made sense. And this is coming soon, because this is also the card of the new astrological cycle. Now, the bad news is that there is no new astrological cycle till next March. The good news is that there is a new astrological cycle next March. So how is March for you, for all your dreams to start coming true? Now, put that aside, because that's sort of just confirming what Peter already said. I actually keep having a weird message about motherhood for you. Are you not a mom yet?
No, I have 4 boys.
All right. Oh, that okay. Now it fits together, because it kept showing me sort of motherhood, pregnancies. Let me just share with you that I have 3 boys. I have 3 boys and a girl, and you'd think the girl would make things a little bit better, but no. At least when it's a bunch of boys, they're killing each other and it's fine. But when you add a girl in the mix, you've also got somebody manipulating everybody. So that is. So yeah, I totally relate. I also now understand why you want to live near the water. But yeah, I feel like your mom identity is trying to kind of take over, and the Angelica is trying to climb through the mum frame and go, I'm still here. I've got my own desires. I've got my own ambitions. I've got my own stuff that I'm going to do. And you're thinking, is it selfish? Is it bad that I think about myself? And the answer is no, because what's right for mama is right for everybody. When mama's happy, everybody's happy. And whoever it is that puts our desires and our wishes for our lives in our minds also already includes your offspring. So at any moment that you think, is it my selfishness and away from my boys? I can confirm to you that it absolutely is not selfishness, that you are exactly in the place of your life where you are meant to be, and you're exactly with the people that you're meant to be. So your big house by the water will be perfect for you and for the boys, and your promotion with more money coming in will be great for you and also for the boys. So all of those things, when you're questioning yourself, it's not because you are selfish, it's not because you're putting yourself ahead of your duties. Isn't it funny how only girls get to have those duties?
Yeah.
But I could go
Very
on
true.
for the rest of the hour on that. But those things that you're wanting, the family aspect of it is already built in. It's already implanted from the very second that you were pregnant for the first time with the first baby, with each passing experience on the motherhood journey. All of your directions are not just for you, they're correct for everyone. And you are a spiritual person. So you
Very.
know that all of those things had got bound together for a reason. And you or your soul had the reasons to be, to be born for the people you were born. Perhaps the idea was to make you stronger. And your children had their intent within their soul to become your children and to learn it all from you. So don't question the motherhood side. Pursue your own stuff and have faith that it is right for the entire unit. Does that make sense?
It does. It really does. It makes a lot of sense. The only thing that I was wondering when you said like family and all that stuff is like I was told I have a twin flame, but I don't know. We haven't spoken in a minute, so
It's
I'm not sure about
interesting.
that.
Peter, what are your thoughts on twin flames? Because I could probably sort of talk till tomorrow about the
Twin
whole
flames
concept
with her spouse.
No.
with somebody else.
Oh,
Yeah.
twin flames with somebody else. Okay. Do you have their just the first name and the date of birth?
Yeah, Thomas. Date of birth is 3/6. I never remember the year though. He's 48.
All right, 3/6. Okay, so he.
Oh no, if it's 48, he's my age, 1974.
I always forget I know it's 70 something, and I always forget.
All right, so it's 74. Yes, they're actually saying to me, soulmate. But what I also want to say to you, you were with this person in the previous life.
Thomas?
I believe in past lives. You've already had a relationship with this person in the past life. So,
Yeah,
they're
I felt
saying
that.
Yeah. Did you feel an instant connection when you met them?
Yes.
All right. This is a karmic relationship. It is twin flames, and I'm feeling an energy force between the two of you that is very, very strong.
Like a bad energy force?
A positive energy force.
Oh, okay.
They're
Well, you
saying
said karmic, so I thought that meant like not
no,
good.
karmic is a negative. You're going to be going through a lot of changes right now. Energy changes. You're growing right now. You're reaching heights that you haven't challenged yourself in the past with. And I feel very strongly about this relationship. I also wanted to find out, were there conflicts between you and your father growing up?
I mean, kind of, I guess. My dad passed away when I was 10, so I didn't really know him well.
You didn't really know him well, because somebody is telling me on the other side, you are doing an amazing job with your life, and continue on the life path that you were on. Now, somebody is showing me something they're showing me the heart. I don't know why. They're having problems breathing. So I don't know if this was passing from heart, but there's trouble breathing here. Okay.
I'm not sure. I have a heart tattoo.
Okay. You really, and I want to say this, you have amazing energy and your capability. A lot of people are jealous of you, by the way. There's jealousy.
I don't have very many friends. People hate me.
No, they don't hate you. They're jealous of you. There's a difference. They're jealous of you because you're climbing the ladder and you are going to want to go as far as you can. Don't impede yourself. Don't thwart yourself because you have amazing abilities. And as Inbaal was saying, all of this is coming together for you. So know that you were born with in God's image and likeness, and you're to reflect the magnificent of God. Okay?
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you very much.
Angelica, one thing I'd like to add is this. Fake friends watch you very, very closely, and they study your progress. Think about that. Fake friends, they watch you closely and they study your progress, hoping to find holes in what you're doing. They criticize and try to hinder you because they are extremely jealous of you. Don't let them get into your head or allow them to trip you up. Stay focused on your dream.
Thank you.
Self-improve every single day, even if it's just one little step of self-improvement, and get yourself around people who are as positive and success-minded as you are. Thank you for coming on to the show. God bless you and good luck. Come back on a future show and let us know the progress you're making. Thanks so much. Inbaal, Peter, I never cease to be amazed by what the two of you are putting forth. And it's just such a powerful dynamic to have the two of you reading for people at the same time. Inbaal, one of the things that Peter and I spoke about before the show was communicating at this time when there seems to be, well, the hot phrase nowadays is misinformation or fake news. How does somebody stay focused on a positive path? How does somebody stay on a positive path with so much information, fake news, and misinformation swirling around? How would you address that?
I think the first thing is to have no judgment, obviously within your own life, no judgment of the person in front of you, because everyone can only make the decisions that they make based on the information available to them. And I like to look at things as kind of the big picture, loads of context. Maybe tens of thousands of years ago, we would have had no information apart from what's going on in our own little villages. And now we have all the information, true, false, made up, planted by paid for trolls. So when I sit in front of somebody, even if they have the exact opposite opinion to me, even if I fear that their opinion will potentially disadvantage me, I feel like for me that's come as a growth experience, as a learning curve, and it's there for me to not judge the person, meet them where they are, and guide them using my cards, using my abilities to find the right direction themselves. Now, I'm not very inspirational when people try to convert me, but I think that goes both ways. I don't try to convert anybody either. And I've been around a while, and there has been spiritual resurgence coming about kind of slowly over the last 20 years. But when I started doing this, very few people believed in it. And I would go back to Israel, where my school friends, where I was, you know, clever and good at maths and all that kind of stuff. Their attitude was that this is all baloney and none of it makes sense. A lot of those old school friends are my clients now, because slowly you meet people where they are, and whatever information is available for them, they make their decisions on, but they can and they will grow from it. We go through, I think, the entire process that we've had with the pandemic, where we had, I don't know, maybe 6 months of COVID denial. And, you know, you sit there with your own information and you're thinking, how many people have to actually die before we all get on board with the fact that at least something is going on that's real and people are dying? But everyone gets to their own conclusions. And I think being placed in difficult to digest situations where the temptation is to judge the person in front of you, how can you not see things my way? Being able to not judge and to guide people in a way that's appropriate for them is such a good exercise for the ego, and is such a good exercise for your spiritual muscle and your ability to relate to people. Do you find the same?
I do find the same in Inbaal. And I think one of the hardest lessons for me to learn was realizing that I don't have to respond to someone else's negativity.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't have to respond. Sometimes the best response is the response of silence and sending someone a silent blessing. And that is a very difficult but incredibly powerful technique, or if you want to call it a tactic, to learn, which is when somebody is coming at me aggressively, verbally, or if someone says something to me in maybe not necessarily hostile manner, but they say something that I maybe don't necessarily agree with. Sometimes the best response is I say nothing. I take a deep breath and I just let it pass through. And it's really interesting to watch the facial expressions of the people who might say something to me that I don't agree with. We are trained that when somebody says something to us of an unpleasant or hostile nature, we are trained by society that we have to respond. We have to retort. They said something, so I've got to say something back. And it took me decades to learn that I don't have to respond to everything, because when I do respond, even if I'm telling the person that I disagree with what they're saying, my response justifies their remark.
I think we have a slight technical issue.
We lost Stefan for a second.
We lost Stefan, and knowing his wonderful energy, he will be back. We
Oh,
lost
sorry, Stefan, you froze for a
you
second.
froze for-
I'm here.
Yes. Yes.
I'm thinking that means that there are so many people watching the show that we're having some technical issues. Ask the guides to fix them as we wrap
Yes.
up the show. Just to, in case you missed it, sometimes silence is a very
Golden.
powerful retort. So let's just say
It's
if somebody
a
would say
lesson that was
something to- if they say something
it's a
to me
lesson
that I
that was
disagree
very
with,
hard for me to learn.
yeah, very hard lesson to
I've
learn,
got
but it's a very, very
Sagittarius.
powerful lesson.
Absolutely. I've got Sagittarius moon. So I have to, have to keep it loud, have to keep
You
it
have to keep it
real.
loud.
My father is a Virgo, and he says, you don't have to answer. You don't have to respond. You don't have to listen to people that say bad things. You certainly don't have to dignify them with an answer. And he's right.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. In response also to what Stefan presented to you, I have gone from being very in the past wanting to explain to people what's going on to not explaining it anymore, but to live it. What I'm trying to do now is, instead of any subterfuge or dealing with people's anger or dealing with people's frustration or their depression, I am actually trying to be a role model by reflecting this in my behavior. We're living in very confusing times, like Inbaal was saying, from the left, from the right. I choose not to listen to that much radio or TV, but to meditate. And I realize that the guides that are dealing on the seventh dimension, whatever dimensions you believe in, that there's this corporeal world going on and there's the incorporeal world going on, and that the guides are ultimately in charge, and God is in charge of what is going to be unfolding. So if we can collectively get together every day, even though things look very dismal, what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, let's send out love and let's realize there is a higher source, a higher power that is in control of all of our lives. So that's how I'm handling this with my clients. And I love your response, Inbaal. And I always loved listening to Stefan and his words of wisdom.
Well, thank you very much, Peter. Kenny has been waiting behind the scenes. Kenny has been waiting backstage. Kenny, how are you? Kenny, are you there? We can see you. I think you need to unmute yourself, Kenny. We're going to get a few more seconds. Oh, shucks, I guess would be the word right now. Kenny's been waiting very, very patiently backstage, and you have yourself muted. So we're going to give you a few more seconds to unmute yourself, and then we're going to have to move on.
I'm being given. Oh, all right. I was just given a message with Kenny. They are talking about health, and they're saying to me that things will be ameliorated with him. I was just given that divine message, so I wanted to convey that even before he came on.
Kenny is still watching the show. He's having obviously technical issues. Kenny can hear you, Peter. So if you would like to continue with the reading for Kenny, this is actually a very unique opportunity for you to convey information to Kenny.
They were just saying to me to get in touch with the etheric, the higher power, visualize everyday healings, visualize everyday love, visualize every day that he is going through a divine manifestation, and to let go of depression, to let go of negativity. And I'm feeling, as I'm talking, I'm actually seeing his angel guides around him, and they're telling me that he is in a wondrous place right now, and they are telling me that he's got great support around him. I don't know if this is accurate right now, but this is what the guides are saying to me and conveying. Do you have any input that you would like to give involved?
Do you know, it's kind of a weird one what I've got there, but I was seeing a knife, and that's never great news, is it? But what I was seeing, Kenny, and let me know if that makes sense. If you're being offered the option of like a procedure and you're thinking, oh, that sounds like a bit too much, it feels like it's a very straightforward, very small procedure that will be safe for you and that you'll be pleased that you've done it. So I feel like you're still kind of weighing it up, whether to even go ahead with it or not. I feel like definitely go ahead with it. I feel like that's the knife, and that it's really, really safe, and that it's really, really the right thing for you to do for your recovery. It feels like you're much better for it. So so yeah, let us know if you're able to.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, Kenny is communicating through private chat. He can hear us. He can hear what you're saying, Inbaal, and Peter, he can hear what you and I are saying. And so we're having issues hearing Kenny, but he's just sent me a message through private chat, and I'm reading his chat right now. He said he had colon surgery.
Yes,
2
I picked
months
that
ago.
up. Yes.
And he is still dealing with issues pertaining to pancreatic cancer. So it's actually astounding. It's actually astounding in front of the entire world. All of the people watching around the entire world. We invited Kenny to come on. We couldn't hear him. So we moved Kenny to what's called backstage. So the viewers can't see him, but I can still see him backstage. And Kenny let me know through private chat that he could hear what we were saying and heard what you said, Inbaal, and Peter heard what you said pertaining to his health. And Kenny just sent another message through chat, and it's a one-word message, and the word is amazing.
Wow. Yeah, as soon as there was a connection with him, the guides were showing me the procedure. The guides were also saying to me he's very fortunate that he has so much love around him. They're also talking to me about macrobiotic diet. They're saying restriction with sugar, that sugar should be eliminated from his diet. And they're telling me he's an amazing soul. And they are also talking to me about his other half, how wonderful the connection is. Are you married to this wonderful caretaker, or were you married? I'm picking up. You're very blessed. Your guides are around you, and they're saying to me, there you are. Okay. I want to say your guides are here. I see your guides. You're a fighter. You're not giving in. You're still here. People love you, and you're not going anywhere so quickly, my friend. You're really not. You still have the fight in you, and you still have life left in you. You're learning a lot of lessons, my friend, about shifting your thinking, shifting who you are. And I see the spirits all around you. They're loving you. So you've got a whole team around you, my friend. Whole team around you.
You know, Peter, I have been working with you, and I've known each other for several years. We've been working together on this podcast for about a year. And over the years that I've known you, you've done readings for me. I've seen you do readings for hundreds of people on this program, but I think this is a first. What we just witnessed is a first, at least for this show. And I have to say, I've been in the media business for over 40 years, and I've seen a lot of things, but I've never seen that before. Kenny came on. We couldn't hear what he was saying due to a technical issue. He could hear us, and both of you picked up on the fact that Kenny was having a serious health issue and gave him an intuitive reading. So I just wanted to thank you, Inbaal, and I wanted to thank you, Peter, on behalf of Kenny, because I can see Kenny backstage, and he said the word amazing, and he's saying thank you very much. And so through the wonder of marvelous technology that we are using right now to talk to people around the world and specifically speak to Kenny, we want to send Kenny very positive vibrations of health and healing and good fortune. Kenny, thank you for coming onto the show. We've had a lot of good readings on this show, but that one is somewhere up here in terms of the level of amazing. The level of amazing. Inbaal, thank you very much for joining the show. We love
you.
having you on. We love
Thank
having
you. I'm
you
so
on.
honored to be here.
Thank you for blessing us with your presence and
Thank
sharing
you.
your incredible,
Thank
incredible
you.
gift.
Thank you so
Thanks so
much.
much.
I'm really thrilled.
We look forward to having you again on soon. Please.
Thank you.
Peter,
Yes, my friend.
Please try again.
an incredible, incredible show. Thank you, Peter, very much. Any words as we wrap up this edition of Find My Divine?
Yes, I just wanted to, because we're in right now, I believe we're broadcasting in the United Kingdom and Scotland and Wales. I just wanted to honor Her Majesty the Queen on her Platinum Jubilee. I believe she is one of the longest reigning monarchies in the history of the world. And I just wanted to say that it is always a pleasure. I am feeling so wonderful today and joyous. And the reason why is I have an amazing partner in this podcast. I have an amazing partner in Stefan Rybak, who I was gifted years ago with friendship. But he is absolutely an incredibly gifted soul. And I want to also honor him because, and I'm excited, he is being honored on May 11th, 2022 at the Palace Theater in Waterbury, Connecticut. It is a sold out performance. And I feel so proud to not only being friends with you, but you're an amazing soul, my friend.
Peter, thank you very much. Inbaal, thank you again for joining us on the show. Peter, thank you very much for sharing your intuitive gift. And most of all, thank you for your unconditional love and loyal friendship. That wraps up the latest edition of Find My Divine. We thank you so very much for watching this program. We hope that we have helped you find the divine within yourself. And keep these words in mind until we see you next time. Live your truth. Be the person that God created you to be. Be that person undeniably, unshakably. Be that person, the divine person that God made you to be. And when you are, and when you do, you will have found the divine within you. Thank you for watching. Good luck to you, and God bless.